Hello friends and welcome to another video lesson from PBOS Talks. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified of new uploads. This video is in the playlist called SQL Developer Tips, and here we'll be learning how to multitask in SQL Developer. As you know, the SQL Developer is the IDE tool of Oracle database. Okay, so multitask in SQL Developer. Sometimes you may need to work on multiple things in SQL Developer. However, if you don't know about the feature that's already built in that allows you to do it, it will take you more time than what's needed. So let's just say you need a table called departments. So you need to work on this table, you click on that, and then maybe you also need another object, another database object, maybe a table called customers, and then you click on that table. So what happens is that if you notice, the second object you clicked, it's like it took over the place of the first object you opened. So first I opened departments table, but when I open the second database object, regardless if it's a table view, whatever type of database object it is, it will take over the place of the first object. So that's not what you wanted in the first place. If you really want to multitask, then you have to know this feature. So let's start it over again. Let's just say you wanted to work on the table called department. So you click on that. Now, if you want to keep it there and not lose that session, that tab, so you will click on this red pin over here, okay? And then you will see, you'll notice that it changes the way it looks. It's already pinned, meaning this database object, the department table, is already pinned as far as your session is concerned. And now you're ready to open another database object. So this time, if let's say I wanted to open a view, the one called underscore cast, then you'll notice that I didn't lose the first object which I opened, which is the departments table, isn't it? So you have the departments table still here, and the newly opened database object, which is a view, is still here also, okay? So we have two objects. So that is good enough. In fact, if you can keep on opening other things, you can also pin this and then open a third object, okay? So now you have three database objects in here. A table called departments, a view called v underscore cast, and a procedure called p generate password. Okay, so that's good. Now, maybe this is good enough for you, then that's fine. But for those who want to work on multiple things or objects, really simultaneously being able to look at them, meaning working on them at the same time and seeing them side by side, then you will have to learn the second way that I'm going to teach in this video. So the first way we have learned here is using the pin. All right, the pin here is very important, and it keeps the database object pinned in that session. It doesn't close. Okay, so let's start all over again, and we'll learn the second way of multitasking in Oracle in SQL Developer. So again, let's just say you wanted to work on a table, the same one. Okay, I'll try a different one, a city time table. Okay, so just before I forget, I will pin it. Okay, and then I wanted to work on, remember, the point of this second way is to be able to work on multiple objects while seeing them side by side. All right, okay, so we've opened a table called city time. Now I wanted to open and work on a view called vcast. I've already pinned the first one, remember? So now I will click on a second object and open it. So because I've pinned the first one, I don't lose it, right? So I have the second object here, which is a view, but that's not good enough for me. I wanted to see them at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is I will right click on this, either this one or this one. You can right click, okay? And then in the context pane, you look for new document tab group, and then you click on that and it creates, it shows them now side by side. All right, so that is the second way, which is using what is known as tab groups in SQL Developer. And if you wanted to open another one, no problem. But if you wanted to be safe, you can also pin this second one, the vcast view, pin it, okay? So now both objects are pinned, and not only that, they are in what is called tab groups, okay? And so if you wanted to open a third object, you can do that. In fact, we're not limited to 3. I don't know the limit, but it's a big number for sure. So let's just say I wanted to open a procedure, maybe this one, generate password. So it opens, but if you notice, it bunched together with the latest touched object, which is vcast. So it is, because I opened the third object, suddenly the second object, vcast, is hiding behind it in the same tab group. So if I wanted to see all 3 objects side by side instead of in this manner, because if I want to bring vcast to the front, then I'll have to click on the tab itself, right? For example, if I wanted to look at generate password procedure, I'll click on it, okay? But if you really want to look at the multiple objects at the same time, then you'll have to create another tab group. Okay, so I'll click on this. Right click on this new object. And then in the context pane, same thing I'm going to do is to click on, nope, not that one. New document tab group. So now all 3 database objects are side by side. Of course, you're only seeing this collapsed very narrow view because my view, I have intentionally made the object smaller so that it will fit for someone who is viewing this or watching this video from his phone, right? But you very well know that we can expand this, right? If you wanted to increase the view, okay? So once you're done working on any of these, then you can easily just close it, right? You can close it with the X, exit, close button over here, okay? Or you can also close it like this, right click and then close, okay? Okay, so there you have it. You've learned 2 ways on how you can do multitasking in SQL Developer. The first one with the use of pins, this red pin over here. And the second way is using tab groups. Okay, thank you for watching and listening. If you haven't subscribed, please click subscribe. And I'll be seeing you in the next video.